morning. Christmas morning actually. So I'm going out to the caravan to just turn the fridge on. Why, you ask? Well, this is kind of what we do. I don't know about you, but we're going away tomorrow, Boxing Day, for a week. And I'm just going to pop in here. Oh. Just going to pop in the caravan and just pop the fridge on. What's that moaning about? The fridge is a bane of my life. Never seem to function correctly. I know it's me. Doors open. Fridge paranoia. Off to Brighton first. I'll keep you in suspense about where we're going after that. Shall I turn the heating on? If I turn the heating on, just being mindful of the cost of electricity, I'll probably put it on low-ish. Where are we? 11 degrees. Now, I know what you're thinking. You don't need to turn the fridge on like a whole day before you go. Of course you don't. It's just kind of like a habit thing. And also, I think if once it gets cold, I might transfer some stuff from the house into the fridge. Being Christmas, we have a bit more food and drink stuff than we'd normally have, so we won't get through it all. I was going to turn the heating on, but to be honest, it's not that cold. It's I think it said it was 11 degrees. Just wait for this to tell me. It's 11.5 degrees at the moment, so not too bad. No point in putting it on. A bit concerned about that red light on the old aircon. It's booked in for, as you know, EMP levelling next month, so I'm going to ask the dealer to take a look at that because, as you'll know from previous vlogs, when we was in France, the aircon packed up for a day, well, more than a day actually, with the red light on. Now, we got around it by just turning it off and on, and it worked. I just put it on heat. You can just hear it go ding, and then can you hear that little bing? See, nothing's working. See, Christmas Day, that time's wrong. Actually, I know it's like the middle of winter, December the 25th. I shouldn't really be talking about air conditioning properly, but there is, I don't know if you've got one of these, maybe you know or you don't know, but in there's a little button that you can press with a pen. And that does like a manual start. To turn the light on, might help. I can't believe we haven't got a pen in here. Pen. I found a pen. This is going to flicker, I'm afraid. Let's turn these. If you're a vlogger and you do any editing or videoing in the caravan, you can see this flickering. Just turn it on to 100% and the flickering should stop. Who knows? Anyway, back to the aircon. So see up there, this always happens with this bloody camera, the back screen turns off. Right here, there's a little button there. Just push that in. Might have to extend that pen a bit. See? That does like a manual override. There you go. Oh, almost. So that's what helped us in France, I think. See, that red light is a pain in the backside. But I'm glad we've caught it. Off. Cool. Heat. Aha, there you go. Did start. So I pressed the heat button there. Although you see it's greyed out. Don't really understand why, and the rest go. Might be worth me leaving that running, because one of the problems I had previously, and it's a weird thing, if you've got one of these aircon units and you look in the manual, it says like heating doesn't work below 4 degrees and above 7 degrees. It's kind of really weird small window of temperature that it'll actually work. So when I took it into the garage before, the dealer before, to check it out, it was too hot and they couldn't really check it because it wouldn't kick in. However, now, do you know what, I'm going to leave that running and see if it gets hot. Something I really miss about the previous car we had, the Mercedes GLC, we had an automatic electric tow bar which used to just pop out. Now, got to do it myself manually. I just noticed as well, the tow ball itself's got some real like digs in it. Maybe that's from the, obviously that can only be from the stabiliser pads or something. Better check them out at some point. I probably won't be able to pick it up on here, but I will get my sandpaper out later, honest. But I shouldn't need to do it every time, right? Anyway, let's put this on. So under here there's like a cover. Stops dirt getting in. Then with this it should be a simple task of locating the hole, but of course it never is, unless of course you're an international vlogger. Then it does become easier. Simple as that. I'll remove the key. Come on in. Why? Why is it not a normal key you could put on a key ring? Where are you supposed to keep that? I'll tell you where you keep it. In that bloody bag there, so that anyone who finds that bag can unlock. Anyway. See here. Maybe you can see that some real chunks out of it. Life of a caravan, right? Don't think I put the alarm on. No heat coming out at all. See, I mean, can I do any more than just press the heat and then expect this to warm up? Absolutely nothing coming out. Now, I know on here, this is where it gets, this gets really complicated, because you've got the remote control for the aircon, you've got the swift command, and also the outer heating. So that should, in effect, so if I put that at say 20 degrees, now it should work between itself, outer heating and the truma, to bring the temperature to whatever, might be a bit wonky, to be, but if you see there, I press that and it's cooling because it's 16 degrees, but on there it says 19 degrees, so these two already aren't in sync. (24 degrees, 19 degrees. Now of course I haven't read the manual, so me pressing buttons probably doesn't help anybody, but I thought, you know, let's be common sense about this. Auto climate control, maybe AC light, so press that. Right, so that's 19 degrees, that's 19 degrees. Let's turn it up 20. No, that goes off straight away. ACC. Right, so it goes out. I have absolutely no idea how this is meant to all work together. Honestly, I don't know. If you press ACC on that, right, 26 degrees. Right, so that's making, well, that's gone off. I mean, does that not stay on? And it goes off when you look away. Right, so now to me, the logical part of my brain says that the outer heating and the truma aircon should be working to get me towards 26 degrees. It's now 12.5, so it's cold air coming out of there. Right, I'm going to leave it a bit longer. Back in again to check on the heating. Right, there's no heating coming out of there, so that's not. Now I wonder if that's still on. 26 degrees it should be getting to. Who knows? Who knows in the scary world of Swift electronics. Swift Sargent products made in heaven to work seamlessly together. Right, back in again, probably half hour later. So what I'm doing here, I was just going to say, I'm just doing some bits before we go tomorrow. Today is still Christmas Day. And I was just going to go through us doing a few things before we go, put on the tow bar, check out the heat, turn on the fridge. And I thought, well, a minute, I might check out the heating, because as I said, I've had trouble with, well, I've had trouble convincing myself that the heating on this Truma unit is working. This bad boy, I think, is still pumping out cool air, or at least the air from outside temperature. Now there's this indicator here. Whatever it's doing, it get like, if it's blue, it's cooling. If it's red, it's not working. If it's yellow, it's doing something else, you know. But I don't know. What I might do is, because I'm impatient, I'll just push that again. Oh, that went to cool without me pushing it, I think. See, that doesn't do anything. That does. That does. Which suggests to me it's not heating. Now that's gone off of ACC. So I press auto. Oh, there you go, got a red light again. Which means it's not happening. See, the red light's not even on now. It's on auto. Turn it to heat. Ah, yellow light. Now I might look at that in the manual. Hey, I've got a yellow light up. I was, in my head, yellow light meant heating. Let's see. Yellow light's now gone off. See, this is what I was kind of saying earlier about all three things. I've got the remote control of the Truma, the outer heating control, as well as Swift Command. All three working. They're unhappy bedfellows. Just to try and confuse things even more, let's get the remote control out for the hold the line cooler. This is the remote control for the Truma, and again, it is the most unintuitive piece of equipment you've ever seen. Now you might like it. I got the hump with it, really, if I'm honest, and I think it's quite funny. So I've got a mode button here that I'll press. Heat. Mode is on heat. Mode is on auto. Fan. Cool. Heat. Now I don't rule out me being completely stupid, right? That's always an option. But for me, it seems to have a mind of its own. Now, and also this on-off, is it to turn the Truma off or to turn this controller off? Off. The red light flashes as it says. Okay, this is another issue I've got with it. It takes about 27 minutes to respond to any instructions. A bit like me, really. Turn it on. Now that should be on heating now. Now you won't be able to feel this, but I can feel it, and it's freezing. The air is cold. Now I'm assuming maybe I just said, I'm assuming it's got some kind of elements in there. That would make sense, like a heating element. So warm air should start blowing out of there. Turn on the light. There's a light button there I'm pressing. Ah. Oh. Why does it turn off again? Look, turn on. Turn on, hand away. Why is it going off? I mean, why? I don't understand. Why is that? So there you go. I've just turned it off and turned the heating off. I was just coming in here to turn the fridge on some 2 hours ago, but got a bit distracted with the aircon. I just want to try and see if it's heating. I will speak to the dealer obviously, and they'll look at it. I mean, they've been pretty good so far. But because, like I say, it's an intermittent issue, so it's difficult to diagnose, obviously, as intermittent problems are. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.